Hello and welcome to Brass and Steel Online Gun Magazine. My name is Todd Cotta and we have some changes to our YouTube channel. The Brass and Steel logo is going to be going away and the new King's Gun Center TV starts right now. And to introduce the King's Gun Center TV, we're going to bring a very special comparo test today. It's the 9mm guns from Sprinfield and from Smith and Wesson. The Sprinfield XDs 9mm and the Smith and Wesson Sheild 9mm. The Sheild 9mm has been out for about a year and a half now. I picked one of those up when they first came out. The XDs 9mm just came out in June of 2013, and I got my hands on one right after the NRA show. Now these guns, for a lot of purposes, are very unique and are very similar. When you talk about the size of the guns, they are almost identical in weight and in dimensions. 19 and 21 ounces. Both of them are 4 inches tall. Both of them are 6 inches long within a micron of each other. Both guns are purpose guns. They are concealed carry weapons, considered to be micro guns in the world of gun nomenclature. Now, what are the differences in the guns? The XDs does have the 1911 style grip safety, just like on the big XDs and the XDMs. The grip on those guns are very different. A very smooth grip on the Sheild, a very coarse grip on the XDs, very similar to the XDs 45. Now the differences between the XDs 45 and 9, they're identical in size, shape, very similar guns. The differences with the XDs and the Sheild are pretty vast. The first difference you're going to find is that the XDs is about $125 more than the Sheild. Why? You get a little more options when you get the XDs. Of course, the XD case is like a Pelican case light. It's a beautiful case. You also get a high-vis sight on the nose of the XDs. So those are two of the pluses that come with that. One of the things I want to show you a little different though, a negative you might say for the XDs, is the magazines. When you take a look at a magazine for the XDs versus the Sheild, very similar magazines, except this is almost a stack and a half, a little bit more. So you get 8 rounds out of a 9mm gun with them stock out of the box. With the XDs, you get 7 rounds stock out of the box, 2 identical mags. The 2 mags you get with the with the Sheild are one 7-round and one 8-round with the extended fingertip. So you get a little more options when you talk about the magazines for those 2 guns with the Sheild. On the Sheild, there is the same slide serrations on the back as on the big M&P guns. Kind of a wavy serration, very nice, grips your fingers really well. Now on the XDs, they're very wide and very coarse, and they can grip just as easily, but I feel that the grips on the wavy version of the Sheild does have a little easier slide, grip you that way. In the function of the gun, they function very similar. You have the standard XD trigger and you have the standard M&P trigger on those guns. Although the M&P trigger on the Sheild is probably better than the ones on the big guns. For some reason, they seem to have refined it a little bit better. Working the slide, I found that the Sheild is a little easier to work the slide than on the XDs. $125, is it worth it? I do believe that you need to get both those 2 guns and go out and shoot them. Find out which one fits best in your hand, which one you can line up your shots with the best. But I will say this, those 2 guns are the benchmark, the top shelf, whatever you want to call it, the 2 best micro guns you could possibly get for concealed carry guns. What would be a comparison test if we didn't go out and shoot these guns? We're out here at the beautiful Lemoore Sportsman's Club in Lemoore, California, and they've let us come out here today so we can go out and run some bullets through these guns and see how they feel, and we're going to have a special guest with us today when we get out to the range. So why don't you come out, we'll load up the targets, we'll load up the magazines, and we'll go shoot some guns today.
Yes.
All right. Okay, the first gun we're going to shoot today is the XDs 9mm. Why? I have never shot one of these before, and I really want to feel what it feels like. I've shot this one quite a bit. So let's go first with the XDs, then I'm going to transition to the Sheild 9mm, and then we'll talk about it for a second. We're at 7 yards, and let's see what the target looks like. Slide didn't lock back, but I think I had my thumb, because it's right where my thumb rests on the slide lock. Interesting. Well, there's 7 rounds with the XDs. What a nice level shooting gun. Very, very, very happy with this gun. Ergonomics, got the red high-vis sight on the front, stock, and it feels really good in the hand. It doesn't have an extended mag stock, but you can get extended mags for these guns aftermarket. So it is a little bit different with your little finger not hanging onto the gun. What I want to do now is I want to transition to the 9mm Sheild now. Here is a stock 9mm Sheild, no additions. Let's grab a mag for this thing, and let's see what we can do about putting some holes in this bad guy down here. Here we go. Oh, right through the middle, look at that. Okay, this one has 8 rounds in it because I used the extended mag. The slide lock is forward of my thumb on this gun, so it wasn't resting on that, so it actually locked back on the final shot. I will tell you that maybe I'm used to shooting this gun a little bit more, but I put all 8 shots either in the red box or on the white line for this gun compared to the 9mm XDs. Both of them smooth shooting guns. The feel of this grip with a bare hand is a little nicer. I did use the longer grip, so understand that it was a little better grip on the gun. But for what it's worth, both of them are very smooth, very level shooting guns. We have a very special guest coming on board right now. His name is Walter from W. Copeland 38 at YouTube. You've seen his shows before. He's going to go through and shoot each gun independently also and let us know how he feels about that. Well, Walter, that was your first time shooting both of these weapons. You've never shot a Sheild before.
Never.
You've never shot an XDs before.
No.
What do you think about the two guns?
I like the balance on both guns. It has very little recoil. The grip size is perfect for an average size hand.
For both guns?
Both guns are excellent, excellent shooters. The MP has almost no recoil at all. It's a very level shooting gun. It's really great. Great.
Well, concealed carry there. I don't think there's anything better out in the market. I've been with the LC9s, the LC380s, the LCPs, And just the trigger systems alone on these two guns well outweigh those double action only car PM9s and all those guns.
I have to say that the trigger system on either gun is exceptional. There's no drag, it's not stiff, it's just a smooth, very smooth trigger. You actually have to get used to something that works this well.
Exactly. Well, thank you for coming out today and shooting these new guns, and I'm glad you're impressed.
Well, thank you, and for my channel friends, thank you very much for inviting me out. It's been a real pleasure.
Well, there you have it. The Sheild 9mm from Smith and Wesson and the XDs 9mm, brand new one from Sprinfield Armory.